Excuse me, Mr. Gojo, sir. Can I go to the bathroom? So, what are you doing after this? Oh, nothing. Actually, I'm completely free. She said she's free. Does that mean she wants to hang out with me? Oh, maybe I should ask her. She's looking right at me.
8 hours later.
Oh my god. No! She just blinked and looked at her phone. Damn it. Maybe she doesn't like me. Probably thinks I'm some type of loser. Yep, there we go. Another opportunity missed with the baddie. Now instead of blowing her back out back at the crib, now you're just gonna have a really sore right hand by the end of the night. It's all because you don't know how to speak to women. Yeah, reading the signs is one thing, but how do you actually take advantage of these signs? How do you get the girl you like to flirt with you? I know how you feel, bro, because I was that guy. I've told so many stories about my shortcomings and insecurities on this channel, and most of them pertain to women. Us men, we have it rough out here, I ain't gonna lie, and it's only getting worse. Because if we're being honest, today we live in a society where men are broken down and shamed for their masculinity. And a lot of women are actually turning their backs on their feminine nature and opting to be more masculine instead. So it's only natural. With more feminine men and masculine women, the tables have turned completely. So now instead of men striking emotions into the heart of women, the very opposite of happening, and this is leading to a lot of lonely men. But here's just the cold-hearted truth. As a man, it's your fault. Because if there wasn't so many men acting like bitches and allowing society to hold us by the balls and say shit like, being masculine is lame, toxic masculinity, you don't need a six-pack to be aesthetically pleasing, you don't need to work hard to accomplish your goals, you should just sit back and let good things just come to you. Women are just gonna like you for you. If you've allowed yourself to fall victim to this mindset, yeah, it's no wonder girls don't like you. Yeah, women have become more masculine, but the fact still remains, a woman could never be a man, no matter how hard she tries. No matter how many times she tries to say she doesn't need a man, she's not emotional, she doesn't submit to men. When a real man comes and sets the fucking tone, all of that bullshit goes out the window, brother. And I promise you, she's getting wet for that nigga. And this is just facts. Now, before you weak-minded individuals start flooding my comment section with
toxic masculinity,
y'all need to understand that being masculine and a man being his highest form of that has definitely been twisted into a negative narrative. When I say a man comes through and sets the tone, that does not mean a man needs to be an asshole. Being masculine has never been about talking to 30 girls at the same time and being a player. That's never been what it's about. A true man is composed, disciplined, and puts the hard work in, and he treats everybody with respect, including women. Berto, what does this have to do with getting the girls I like to flirt with me? You still don't get it, huh? You're still looking for a step-by-step guide for like, when a girl texts me, I have to wait 45 minutes before I text her back, and then when I text her back, the stars have to align, and only then can I send a one-word message, and then she's gonna think I'm so cool.
Stop the cap.
Nonsense, bro. It's all nonsense. Let me inform you of where the idea of this came from. A real man that is focused on his shit, he's not worried about how fast or how slow he's texting a girl back. He simply just goes about his day and is focused on the task that he needs to complete, and he texts the girl that he likes when it is convenient for him. So it could be 10 minutes or it could be 2 hours. But the difference is he's actually out in the real world doing shit, getting shit done. He's working on himself. He's progressing that business. He's taking care of his family. Whatever it may be, that is why he's taking so long to respond. And I'll tell you right now, that's a #1 reason why a lot of you guys are struggling to get response from women in general. You don't have anything going on for yourself. So the #1 first step in actually making a girl want to flirt with you and be attracted with you is genuinely focusing on yourself. Because the truth is, when you truly have your priorities together, you're not gonna have time to be sitting there obsessing with whether she's texting you back or not. You're tripping. You barely know this girl. Why are you worried about how long she's taking to respond to you? You guys seriously need to take a step back and start focusing on your self-development. Now, with that out of the way, assuming that you do have some self-development going on, you have your priorities together, and you genuinely feel like you're actually in a place to start pursuing women, now we can get into the sauce. This is going to be game-changing information that realistically can get any girl to simp over you. And it's so crazy because the information I'm about to give you is what a lot of high level men are doing. And I'll be honest, even me personally, it took me a very long time to even be able to do this because it does take a very high level of maturity to execute this in a very genuine manner. So I want y'all to gatekeep this video. Watch it all the way through. Don't skip any parts of this video. If you can't sit here and absorb this information, you're never going to be able to focus on anything in life. Yes, this does help me in the YouTube algorithm when you watch the video all the way through without skipping anything. But in actuality, if you can't sit down and focus, bro, you're never going to get anywhere in life. So sit down, focus, lock in, and absorb the information I'm about to give you.
You want to get better, right?
So a lot of self-help guys are going to give you advice like, oh, you're going to want to compliment them 24/7, be really nice to them, always ask them very personal questions, and that's how you're going to get them to like you. No, bro.
It's all bullshit.
Even if you ask the girl, someone that you're genuinely comfortable talking to, what do you look for in a man? She's definitely going to respond with some lie. Oh, I want a guy that's super sweet, nice, and I promise you she's lying. They might feel like that's what they want, but subconsciously it's not the truth. Don't get me wrong, you should always treat a woman like a queen. I mean, that's just a given. You should treat people with respect in general. But here's the thing, if you only appeal to being the nice, sweet guy when you're talking to a woman, when she thinks about you, all she's gonna be thinking about, oh, he's just the 100th millionth guy to fucking compliment me today. That shit is boring, bro. You're not appealing to the wider spectrum of what makes a woman a woman. Women tend to be very emotional people. First they're happy, then they're sad, then they're happy again, then they're mad, then they want to be baby, then they don't want to be baby. With all due respect, most women that embrace their feminine side, they are constantly fluctuating through different emotions all day. This, my brothers, is the key to making a girl obsessed with you. You have to appeal to all her emotions. You have to be an exciting man. And a very exciting man is a man that has some level of mysteriousness about him. She can't pinpoint exactly what he's thinking. Is he talking to other girls? Does he even really like me? What is he doing right now? I wonder if he's thinking about me while I'm thinking about him. It's this curiosity that keeps women on their toes and keep them fantasizing about you and constantly obsessing over you, especially in the early stages of just getting to know a girl. So when you text a girl and she hits you with, oh, what are you doing right now? And you just say, nothing much, playing video games. Boring ass nigga. When it should be more like, she hits you with, hey, what are you doing? You don't respond for 3, 4, 5 hours because you're actually out doing shit and not because you're ignoring her. And when you do decide to hit her back, you might just ignore the question entirely and just be like, hey, I'm about to go pick you up for dinner. Do you see the difference? You're taking control, you're keeping her on her toes, and you're not being an asshole about it. And the same thing goes when you're face to face with a girl. You gotta be fun, you gotta have some level of personality. She doesn't want to date this boring surface level guy when she's on a date with you. It's just like, oh, what music do you like to listen to? Yeah, there's a time and place for that, but she showed up on this date because she was actually sexually attracted to you. She's looking at your pictures on Instagram and she was like, oh yeah, no, I like this guy. That's why she even showed up to the date in the first place. And now you're here ruining her fantasy of you. She thought you were this warrior, you know, this guy that's just gonna sweep her off her feet, and you're just letting her know like, oh yeah, well, you know, I play video games on my free time, and you know, I'm struggling at my job, and you're just talking your ass off about nonsense, ruining her fantasy altogether. For me personally, it's something that I don't even think about anymore. I feel like I've gotten to the point where I'm just naturally like this, but I'm constantly teasing and messing with the girls that I talk to. And it's not necessarily in a mean way, but you got to think to yourself, this is a high value, beautiful woman you got, right? She's getting complimented and guys simping over all day, 24/7. You're so beautiful. Oh my God, you're so gorgeous. Imagine being the one guy that she likes and she's taking time out of her day to hang out with you. And you know, while you guys are just sitting there, you might just say a slick little tease like, oh my God, your forehead's looking extra big today. She's definitely gonna be like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. And then you guys are just gonna chuckle and laugh it off because it was a tease, it was a joke. Like, yeah, she might get a little bit insecure about it, but good. That's what's gonna keep her thinking about you. Like, oh my God, does he like me? Oh my God, my forehead. You get what I'm trying to say? Is healthy teasing. And then if you really got game like that, you might just kiss her on the forehead and let her know that's the cutest, biggest forehead you've ever seen. I promise you, she's gonna fuck with that way more than the guy that's just like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, your hair, and yeah. She gets that 24/7 from weirdos, and you know, she's associating those compliments with weirdos at this point. Yes, she's attractive, but girls are human too, bro. bro. They want to be treated like such. And that's why so many girls end up with assholes that treat them like shit. Because those guys, at the very least, on a day-to-day basis, they kind of check off those emotional boxes. He's unpredictable. He's kind of hot, and sometimes he's kind of cold. She doesn't really know if she's the main priority in his life. So that adds that spice that keeps her obsessing over him. And again, he's an asshole because he's out there cheating and, you know, doing a whole bunch of bullshit. But you don't need to do that to create that same excitement in your relationship. But it's just the truth. It doesn't matter what she says. She's always gonna pick the asshole who tends to be more exciting than the fucking nice, boring guy every single time. So all you gotta do is level up your personality skills and be comfortable using that personality with women, because at the end of the day, they're just another human being, bro. Speak to them like so.
Quick disclaimer, I'm not telling you guys to go tell a girl that her forehead's big on the first date. That's more of like a second, third date type of vibe, and that's if you guys are building that chemistry.
But you gotta be able to crack a joke and tease her. The point is, Mr. Nice Guy never gets the girl, and even if you do get the girl, eventually she's probably gonna realize that you're a simp, and then she's gonna leave your dumb. I need you to be the type of guy that brings his girl home, pushes her on the bed because it's time to go to work, not the guy that sits on the edge of the bed and talks about his feelings with her. The easiest way I can break this down to y'all, the same way you be teasing your guy friends in your circle, you guys are roasting each other, you know, you laughing so hard tears are coming out your eyes, you guys might even be play fighting a little bit. You know how you get down with the boys. If you can't experience these things with a woman, you'll never truly have her wrapped around your finger. And that is how you get a woman to be obsessed with you, my dog. But it all starts with being obsessed with your own self-development. Work on being the best version of you, and a lot of these things come natural. Get in the gym, build your body and your mind, start that business that you keep passing up on. Work hard every day, read books, continue to learn. If you're pushing yourself to get better every day, you're not gonna have time to sit there simping and stressing a girl. And that's usually a good time to be able to pursue women, because now instead of you being the one that's waiting for her response, she's the one waiting for yours.
Where you at, Berto?